Hey everybody, it's Saturday, May 25th, 2013. I was not going to do a video blog today. Tonight is UFC 160. I'm very much looking forward to these fights. Got home from work way early. Very easy day of mail today, so I decided to do a video blog. Anyways. First of all, my fight prediction picks for tonight are all the favorites win. There you have it. It would be cool to see a couple of upsets, but I do believe that all the favorites on the main card are going to win tonight. So, anyways, the reason for this vlog. I had posted something on Facebook earlier today about my disdain for the police. And a friend of mine posted on there saying that I was misdirecting my anger, and I will very much agree with that. You know, one bad cop does not make all cops bad. I agree with that sentiment. I agree with that notion. I still say fuck the police. And I'm going to give you 4 examples of why I can't stand the police, at least in the area where I live. First one, when I moved back here in 1993, I had just moved out here from Iowa to South Lake Tahoe, California. Just moved out here, and didn't know anyone except for the guy whose band I was joining. Talked a little bit about that in one of my earlier blogs. I didn't know anyone but him, like I said. Didn't have a TV, didn't have a stereo, had basically barely any belongings, my drum set, and myself. And so he and his wife had said, hey, it's cool if you want to come over to our house, watch TV, you know, during the day. That's fine. I'm like, sweet, right on. So I'd walk the 2 miles to their house from my 1-room apartment. And they didn't have a key hidden anywhere, so they had said, hey, just open the window, climb through it, watch TV, we'll be home after we get off work. Cool. One day, I did this, and the neighbor across the street didn't know who I was. They ended up calling the police. Now, you could say, hey, I'm not mad. I wasn't mad at the neighbor. He was just doing what he thought he was supposed to do to protect my guitar player's residence and belongings. So he did his job. Cool, way to go. I'm sitting there watching TV, right? I see some shadows walking outside. All the curtains are drawn. Drawn? Closed. Whatever. All the curtains are closed. But I see some shadows walking like right outside the window as I'm watching TV. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? Right? So I get up, I walk over to the door, and I open it, and instantly, gun to my face. Like seriously, inches from my face, from my head. Get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. My hands go up, alright? I get down on the ground. I get a knee to my back, forcing me all the way down. So I am prone to the ground, right? I'm down. My hands behind my head, okay? The officer holsters his gun. There's 3 other officers that come over, right? Telling me to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm like, what's going on? What's up? What's going on? Shut the fuck up. Alright, really, that's awesome police work. Not even engaging in a conversation to find out what the fuck I'm doing there. Rips my hand from behind my head, behind my back, grabs the other one, thrashes it back there, puts the cuffs on. Now, children, this is where I learned you don't tell a cop, hey, you put those on too tight. That's what I said. The cop fucking cranked them onto my wrist after that. Put them tighter. With his knee still in my back. My face was in the ground eating dirt. I was eating dirt. Now, the cops had every right to be there. The neighbors called and said, hey, there's this guy crawled through the window. We don't know what's going on. Alright? Cops were just doing their job when they showed up. Alright? But the fact of the matter is, I almost got fucking shot for no goddamn reason. I had a gun inches from my head. The cops fucking abused my ass, throwing me to the ground, knee in my back, ripping my arms behind my back, putting the cuffs on, putting them on way too tight after I said, hey, man, there's no reason to put them on that tight. And telling me to shut the fuck up over and over and over again. Until finally they allowed me to explain what the hell was going on. I told them who to call. They called. They got the information from Russ's wife saying, yes, he's a friend of ours. We don't have a key for him. We told him to go through the window. Officer goes, oh, I guess this was a misunderstanding. The four of them get in their cruisers without fucking apologizing to me at all for the way they fucking abused me, and took off. Like I said, I don't blame the neighbor. I don't blame the cops for showing up and doing their job. I blame those fucking inconsiderate pricks for not being decent fucking human beings. That's number one. Alright? Fuck, I should have written these down, because there's so many of them. Another one is my ex-wife and I were staying in some townhomes, and these townhomes, there were 4 two-story townhomes in one building, right? We were in the middle, next to the other person in the middle, right? All right, so my ex-wife and I, we used to listen to our music pretty loud. I still listen to my music loud because fuck everyone else. But I'm considerate, man. I don't, like, past 10 o'clock, I would never play it loud, alright? I was really considerate. Our next door neighbor constantly was banging on the walls. Fuck you, turn that shit down, blah, blah, blah. At 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? It's 6 o'clock at night, man. She didn't work graveyard. She didn't, there was no good reason for other than the fact that she didn't like the music or she just didn't like us. So, one day, my ex-wife was in the shower, and she had turned the music on so that she could have music while she was in the shower. She had it pretty loud. 7 o'clock at night. This is after she worked a 12-hour shift at the hospital. Came home, wanted to take a shower. She was listening to worship music. Church music. Really? Bang, bang, bang! On the walls. I ignored it. I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever. It's 7 o'clock at night. Bang, bang, bang! She was in the shower for like 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, she gets out of the shower, the music's still on, bang, bang, bang! I'm like, what the fuck, man? I go walking upstairs, into the spare room, bang back on the walls to her, and I was just like, knock it off, you fucking cunt! Then I get a knock on the door, a couple minutes later. It was the police. It was 2 police officers. One of which I knew. I used to work at Starbucks for a couple of years, and all these cops, sheriffs, highway patrol, all came in Starbucks expecting free coffee. Man, they gave you the looks of death if you didn't give them their shit for free. I'm serving and protecting. You should give me everything for free. Anyways, I knew one of them. Alright, he was a decent guy. He was the one that came over and he's like, hey Jeremy, what's going on, man? You know what, dude? I gotta place you under citizen's arrest, man. I'm like, for what? Well, did you just knock on the wall a couple minutes ago? I'm like, yeah, our fucking neighbor's been knocking on the wall for the last 30 minutes because my wife was upstairs, my ex-wife, she was upstairs taking a shower. She had music on. It's 7 o'clock at night, and she's banging on the wall. Yeah, well, we don't know anything about that. All we know is that we heard you knocking on the wall because we were in there because she called us to complain. And because we heard you knocking on the wall to her, she wants to have you placed under citizen's arrest for harassment. Dude, are you kidding me? 7 o'clock at night, man. Are we allowed to play? Well, there's no real noise ordinance. We always say 10 o'clock is respectful, and I'm like, and that's what we say. My ex-wife and I, we always kept her. In fact, we had our music shut off by 9 o'clock most times, even if we were up later. And the cop goes, well, yeah, she's got a little boy over there. You know, she just, you were being rude, and and whatever, and sorry, man, I gotta place you under arrest. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? When she's the one that's been knocking on the wall, I don't know anything. He would not listen to a thing I had to say. I got placed under citizen's arrest. I had to go get fingerprinted, all this bullshit. I had to go through the process. This bitch tried to get me thrown in jail for a fucking year because she didn't like worship church music at 7 o'clock at night. You're living in a fucking apartment complex. Yeah, you're gonna hear shit through the walls. That's another instance where the cops just fucking had no sympathy whatsoever. A third instance. I was driving one night on a back street in South Lake Tahoe, observing the speed limit laws of 25 miles an hour in a residential area. It's dark. A car comes up right behind me, like super fast, zooms up behind me, right on my ass. I'm going the speed limit. I'm like, fuck this, man. What's this dude doing on my ass? So I speed up, right? I'm going 5 miles over the speed limit. I'm going 30. This guy speeds up and he's right on my ass. Fuck this, man. So I start going 5 more miles over the speed limit. So I'm at 35 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour residential area. All of a sudden, the guy's lights turn on. It's a cop. I pull over. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude was riding my ass. What the hell? He came up on me and was riding my ass. Who comes up to the window? But one of my customers, one of my male customers who works for the sheriff's office. He's like, oh, hey Jeremy, man, I didn't know that was your car. You know, man, hey, well, you know you were going a little fast, right? And I just looked at him and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I won't say his name, but it rhymes with Matt. Matt, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I'm like, you were way back there. You drove up onto my ass. I was going the speed limit. You were on my butt. I sped up a little bit. You sped up right on my ass. I sped up even more. And then you pulled me over. I'm like, dude, you weren't even 10 feet behind my car, man. You were on my butt. Oh, yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was on your... But, you know, thankfully I knew the guy that time. You know, I delivered his mail for the last 5 years, so he didn't give me a ticket. But he's like, well, you need to watch the speed limit. He was still kind of a dick about it, man. I'm like, okay, so here's a police officer. He's a good guy. I trust this guy. I love this guy. But still a dick. Still riding my ass, getting on my fucking tail, and pushing me to speed. And then when I speed, pulls me over for speeding. Fuck the police. Alright, there were a couple more instances. Oh, yeah, the 2 times I got fucking assaulted. So, my wife, Allison, when she moved down to Tahoe to be with me, I got her a job at the Starbucks where I used to work, right? I had a good rapport with the manager at the time, And he hired her on with basically no experience whatsoever, just on my word saying, hey, she needs a job, you know, can you help out? We only had one car. One night, it's snowing, blizzarding. I go to Starbucks to pick her up from work and bring her home. As I'm slowly driving through the parking lot to park, literally going, I'm creeping because it's icy, it's blizzarding snow, I can't see shit. Some dude comes flying, I'm literally going 2 miles an hour creeping along. Some dude comes flying out in front of my car, slams his hands on the hood of the car, and then goes, what the fuck? Like I tried to run him over. And then goes walking on. I park my car, I go walking in to Starbucks. There's a group of 15 fucking snowboarding assholes. Not all snowboarders are assholes, I get it, but these fuckers were sitting out there in front of the Starbucks going, the fuck, dude? Why'd you try to run over our friend, man? The fuck? Who the fuck you think you are? Nah. And I'm like, whatever. I just walked inside. There's a couple officers inside. Actually, one. There was one cop inside. Getting his fucking free coffee and scone. So I go in, talk to my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm a little early. I'm sorry. Due to the snow, I wanted to get here safely, right? We need milk. I'm going to go to the store around the corner. I'm going to get a couple gallons of milk. I'll be right back. Okay. I take off. I start walking to the store. Somebody yells at me, what the fuck, dude? You fucking asshole, running over our friend and shit. I just put my hand up like this. I'm like, whatever. Right? Didn't give him the finger. Didn't say fuck you. Didn't say anything. I just said, that's it. I turn the corner. All of a sudden I hear running down the sidewalk. I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I'm in front of a Taco Bell. There's people parked in their car, eating their food. People inside the Taco Bell, right inside the window, could see everything that's going on. 4 guys out of this group of 15 fuckheads comes running around the corner and corner me up against the window. I had a lip ring at the time, okay? I had a lip ring. These dudes were like going off again. What the fuck, man? Why'd you run over our friend? You're an asshole. And I'm like, listen, guys, I was going 2 miles an hour. Your dude ran in front and slammed his fucking hands on my car. Alright? I'm like, I did not hit him. He hit my car. Literally, I was going 2 miles an hour. The fuck, man? All of a sudden, I get, someone had a paper. One of the guys had a newspaper. Had it rolled up. Swatted me over the head. Right? I look at him. I'm like, really? You really just did that? And then all of a sudden, the dude that I hit with my car sucker punched me. As I was looking the one way, sucker punched me out of nowhere. My lip ring instantly got just ripped out of my mouth. I haven't put it in since because my lip is all fucked up because of this incident. Dude sucker punches me. I go down to one knee, I get back up, and I start getting wailed on by a couple of these guys. People in the car, not doing shit. People inside fucking Taco Bell, not doing shit. Right? So after a good minute of getting my ass kicked by 4 dudes, they go back around to Starbucks. I decide, you know what, there's a cop in Starbucks. Fuck these guys, man. I go into Starbucks, I walk past these fucks who are just laughing their asses off with the rest of their 15 motherfuckers in front of Starbucks. I go in and talk to the police. I say, hey, officer, man, I just got jumped by 4 dudes. Oh, yeah, they got in here before you did. They said that you were the one that attacked them. I'm like, I'm bleeding in my mouth. Do any of them like I hit them at all? Do any of them have a mark on them? I didn't swing. I got fucking jumped and beat. Oh, yeah, well, you know what? They say that if you press charges, they're going to press charges. My hands are tied, sir. There's nothing I can do. This dude didn't even give a shit, just wanted to get to his fucking coffee and scone, or muffin, or whatever bullshit he was cramming down that fucking pie hole of his. Didn't give a shit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, so, listen, so these, oh yeah, these guys also said you tried to hit one of their friends with your car. I'm like, no, that is not what happened. That is not what happened at all. Well, it's your word against theirs. I'm like, okay, so if I press charges tonight, the 4 guys that jumped me, they go to jail? Yes. But if I do that, they're going to press charges and I go to jail as well. Yes. Fuck you. And fuck them. That sucks. Alright? So that's incident number 4 of the police. The last one that I'm going to tell you about. I was delivering the mail one day. And because that's what I do. I deliver the mail. I was delivering the mail. And I had the day off. The day before this day, I was off. It was my day off. And so I drive up to this mailbox. Like normal, there's tons of kids' toys fucking all over the yard in front of the mailbox. And I have to get out of my car to put the mail in the box. I do this. I've never bitched about it, even though technically I should have written a note saying, listen, you need to move these toys. It's not, number 1, it's not safe for your kids. Number 2, it's not safe for me. And number 3, it's preventing me from doing my job efficiently. Well, I never left one of those notes. However, my sub the day before left a note in the mailbox saying, could you please remove the toys from in front of the mailbox? Nice, simple little note. Wasn't mean about it, wasn't an asshole, just did what I was supposed to have done. When I got to the box that day, the next day, there was a letter in there cussing me out. Who the fuck? No. What, maybe I should call your... I don't give a fuck. The toys are in front. Do your fucking job, you lazy ass son of a bitch. He told me, what if I call your boss and say that you're driving up and down these streets way too fucking fast and almost hit my kids? Nah. Literally started throwing a whole bunch of fucking accusations that I'm like, but that's not the case. I've never had a problem with this guy, man. I've never had an issue with this dude. So I'm like, alright, well, you know what? Fuck, he's pissed off, I see that. But I didn't even leave this note. I've never had a problem. I mean, I've had a problem, but I never said anything about him blocking the mailbox. So, I always get out and deliver the mail anyways. So, alright, I'm just going to go up and politely and calmly have an adult conversation with this guy and try to get this thing all worked out. I walk up the 30 steps up to his front door, knock on the door, and I say, when he comes to the door and I see 2 little kids right behind him, he's like, what? He's already aggro, right off the bat. He sees that I'm holding his note in my hand, and he's already aggro. And I'm like, dude, man, hey, I just want to apologize, bro. This wasn't even me that left that note, man. You know, I had barely gotten that out of my mouth, and he was like, I don't give a fuck who left it, man. The fuck are you doing on my porch? I don't care who the fuck left that note. You shouldn't have left that in there, blah, blah, blah. Started ripping into me. Didn't care that it wasn't me. Stepped forward out of his house towards me. Right? Aggressively. And I'm just like, hey man, listen, I just want to talk, bro. I'm totally calm, totally nice. Hey man, I just want to talk about this, bro. I just want to try to smooth things over. It wasn't me, and listen, you know, I mean, my sub did this, but he had a right to do this. No, fuck, and was like right in front of my face. Get the fuck off my porch. You know, started bumping up against me and shit. And I'm like, dude, man, there's no reason to get aggressive. I started getting stern because, well, fuck this, man. Are you kidding me? I'm all polite and nice and all this shit. Coming to work something out, and like an adult, and you're gonna come out and start getting all puffy chest right on top of me. Dude, I'm not sure what happened next, but he got up and I put my arm up to keep him at bay out of my space. Right? All of a sudden, I get clocked. I get a right hook to my head. Had a hematoma, right? It was boom. It was swollen and right off the bat. Bam, get hit. All of a sudden, I'm just like, fuck this, man. My hand went up to his throat. I wasn't squeezing. I was keeping him at bay. My hand went up to his throat, pushing him off of me. Left, right. My glasses flew off. They broke. I pushed him up against the wall. This dude's probably... I'm 170. This guy had to been 210, 220. Alright, so he's got 50 pounds on me. I push him up against the wall, and he hits me one more time. And I let go. Alright? He's like, get the fuck off my porch. You're gonna do this in front of my kids? I'm like, man, you fucking attack me. His ex-wife is in the house screaming at him to stop. Right? He's like, get off my porch. I'm like, you broke my glasses. They're down there. I have to go fucking get them so I can goddamn see where the fuck I'm going. Get off my porch. Let me get my glasses. Let me get my glasses. I bend over to get my glasses. This dude is standing right over the top of me. I get up. I'm like, fuck this, man. I ain't gonna take this again. He's standing right there. So I look at him and right across to his face. Man, I clock him. I've got a mark here from getting hit. I've got a bump here, a mark here. My nose has got an abrasion. I've got a bruise on my lip from this guy right away from hitting me 4 or 5 times. No, 5 or 6 times. That extra one counts, He hit me a good 5, 6 times. I hit him one time to say, you know what, fuck this, you're standing over me, I'm not going to take this anymore. And while on the job, of course, he starts coming at me, man. He's getting ready. He grabs me to throw me down the stairs. He's pushing me towards the stairs. I'm like, fuck this, man, I ain't going first. So I grabbed the collar of his sweatshirt or whatever the fuck he was wearing. I've seen enough MMA. I twisted to the right, and as he's getting ready to throw me down the stairs, I twisted to the right and kind of hip tossed him down the stairs. So he's going 30 fucking stairs, man. No, I'm not going down. Fuck that. So I hip toss. He ends up going down first. I'm still holding on to his fucking collar, so he drags me with him. Get about halfway down, and I'm like, alright, boom. I let go of his collar. He stops. I keep sliding past for another 5 stairs. I stand up, get in my car, call my boss. Hey, I was just assaulted. They send the sheriff. Sheriff comes up, talks to me. 15 minutes later. Excuse me. Sheriff comes, talks to me, then says, alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go talk to him. Goes and talks to the other dude. The dude who assaulted me. While he's talking to the other guy, 3 different neighbors from down the street come up and talk to me. I'm like, what the hell? What just happened? I'm like, this guy just fucking assaulted me. I'm like, he jumped me because he was upset that my sub left a note saying, please don't block your mailbox with your kids' toys so that I can do my job. And he got upset. And they're like, man, we've never had a problem with you. And I'm like, yeah, this fuckhead wants to tell my boss that I speed up and down the street too. Have you ever seen me speed up and down the street? No, man, we've never had a problem with you. We've never seen you speed. You're always nice. You do a great job. Blah, blah, blah. If you need us to stand up for you, we will. So I'm like, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, neighbor. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you guys' help. Sheriff comes back. My boss is there at this time. She's got to take pictures of the damage. So she's taking pictures of my face, of my broken glasses, all this shit. The sheriff comes over, talks to me again. He's like, okay, well, I got his statement. He pretty much says what you said. And I'm like, but. And I look at the sheriff and I say, but here's how it's going to go, right, officer? I can't press charges against him without him pressing charges against me because no one else saw it but his wife, his ex-wife. No one else saw it other than her and his 2 kids. and therefore, if I press charges against him, he's gonna do the same against me, and I go to jail with him. Yeah, man, that's the way it goes. Sorry, my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, he's like, so, you know, what do you want to do? I'm like, thank you very much, officer. Have a great fucking day. Go along your way. Obviously, I'm not going to press charges against him because I can't afford to go in jail for some asshole who fucking attacked me. I'm like, is that justice? Is that fair at all? I'm like, no, man. Fuck. This prick gets off because no one else saw it and it's his word against mine. He's got one mark on his face where I hit him. I've got a bump here, a hematoma. I've got an abrasion here. I've got an abrasion here, and I've got a bruised lip. This guy's got one mark from when I hit him one time. In self-fucking-defense. But I go to jail because I'm going to press charges against him? See ya, officer. Fuck you very much. So, these are just a handful of reasons why I don't trust the police, I don't like the police. There's 1% in my opinion. This is just my opinion, and I know it's wrong. Alright? I know I'm wrong. I know that there's more than 1% out there that are good. Allow me to be a fucking prick right now and say I fucking hate the police. I hate them. Can't stand them. There's a couple of good ones out there, but even those guys still end up being assholes sometimes. I don't know whether they were beat up in high school and they feel the need to, I need power, and so I need power to hold over you. Whatever their fucking reasons for wanting to strap a gun to their side and be able to do whatever they fucking can because the law says that they're allowed. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care if it's only 50% that are bad and there's 50% that are good. Fuck them. Can't stand the police. They're there to serve and protect, and they do a shitty fucking job of it. Sorry, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree, you don't have to like it, and I'm cool with that. You can say, hey man, I think only 1% of police are bad, and 99% are good. Awesome, I'm glad you feel that way. You've had better experiences than I have. Me, I've almost been shot by one. I've been abused by fucking 3 of them. In one attack. I've been told in 3 different instances, sorry dude, there's nothing we can do. I've had one fucking break the law to make me break the law. Okay? Tailgating is, you can get a ticket for that. This dude, this officer, who I like, and I love the dude, but was a fucking prick, man. He broke the law so that I would break the law so he could give me a ticket. And another time, another guy that I knew was just like, sorry man, I gotta arrest you because there's nothing I can do. We heard you pound the wall, but we didn't hear her pound the wall constantly. So, anyways, this isn't a happy post at all. This is just me telling you why I have a problem with the police. This is my own experience. You know, there's 1,000 reasons you read online, you read in the newspaper, of why we can't trust the fucking authorities to serve and protect and assist and help and fucking do their job in a way that's fair, in a way that's just. But anyways, I got some fights to watch, man. It's 25 minutes before the prelims start on Facebook for UFC 160. I hope everyone has an outstanding Memorial Day weekend. I get paid to not work on Monday, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I want to thank all of the people who have sacrificed their lives so that I can have the freedom to say fuck the police. Your sacrifice for this country does not go unnoticed, does not go unremembered, and it never will. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Enjoy the fights tonight, if you watch the fights. From my friends that are at Lamb of God tonight, god damn, I wish I was there, but UFC 160, man. Love, respect to those who fucking deserve it, and boobs. Lots of boobs.